Shutdown in process.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live in the countryside? In this series, we look at the story of a man and a cat who chose to relocate from a quickly developing city in the centre of Europe to a small town on a rainy island just off the coast of France. The person in question had had enough of the corporate industry and the consumerist lifestyle of the city, and instead decided to hang out with some sheep.
Hello, matey.
And friendly locals. So he said goodbye to Prague.
Bye, Prague!
And hello, Todmorden.
Seriously, it's Todmorden. Why do they all...
Despite sounding unnoteworthy, it's quite the opposite.
This is Todmorden.
And is, in fact, quite bonkers.
I thought I'd just open with that to make sure that there's no sort of quality boundary here.
Metal rat in this murder.
Like the killer of death, the death of death.
Let me tell you what it's all about.
Born in 1981, animal lover, bike rider, and guitar enthusiast Tom, at the age of 12, saved up all of his pocket money and moved with his family from England to the Czech Republic shortly after the Velvet Revolution. While this may sound more interesting than the story of a 38-year-old man who moved back to Blighty from a land where beer is literally cheaper than water,
That's good.
he decided to make this series instead. But enough about Tom. Let's hear about Todd. Todmorden, a name which is often followed by Todma what, and occasionally I know someone who went there and they said it was fun and incredible. Situated in the Calder Valley on the border of West Yorkshire, just next to Great Britain. Sadly, the valley suffers from frequent flooding, but Todd's community has always managed to stay strong with the help of a little kindness. The incredible townsfolk like to do gardening and grow food all around the town. Available to every Dom, Kit and Paddy. Gardening on Sunday is followed by a freshly cooked meal at the Unitarian Church. While many think that this church is deconsecrated, it was never actually consecrated in the first place, and is therefore free to host all types of activity without judgment or disapproval.
Oh, really?
A body full of good British blood and raring to go.
Yes, quite.
But this isn't the only so-called kindness hub. Tom's local pub also offers a tasty meal to the artists who play there. It was the events in this particular pub which caught Tom's attention. The place everyone is running to. The Golden Lion. Don't be fooled by its traditional exterior. It's far from the average pub. It's a pub with another pub inside it. It even has its own cocktail bar across the road, called House de Lowe. In the evenings, the Lion features live music ranging from to all sorts of the occasional, a fair bit of, and not to mention.
Fair enough, point taken.
And if you're not into bearded synth wizardry, how about some of the sickest DJs on the ones and twos? But it's not just about music. The entertainment here has many forms. Willow workshops, badger meetings, UFO meets, and a man banging on a drum with a speaker and a microphone.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
Here. No, not at all.
Since normal was not a word Tom would use to describe himself, he felt like he might fit in. So he told his cat that they were moving to another country and started looking for someone who could drive a van.
Oh yeah, cool.
This proved a simple task thanks to the local generosity and kindnessness. After mentioning his decision to move to Todd while being beaten at pool by one of the locals, Ken was kind enough to offer Tom a lift from Prague, saying, "I need a good excuse to get me passport done anyway." A few months later, Ken picked up Tom and the contents of his flat and took them to Yorkshire.
Whatever you choose to do this evening, we hope you have a wonderful time on board the Pride of York.
Are we going to have a wonderful time? Well, give it a go.
Shortly followed by his cat and Czech friend Stepan. Tom's friend wanted to see what all the fuss was about. And take advantage of some of the local bargain deals.
Thank you for shopping at Morrison's.
Both Tom and Abby settled in quickly. Having only known life in a Czech flat, the cat was until now unaware of the existence of carpets. And like Tom, she too was eager to meet the local birds.
Never seen a duck before?
As well as walking his cat, Tom occasionally had the pleasure of looking after his friend's dog, Maddo the boxer.
Oh, fuck, Maddo.
It's safe to say that even though it sounded like a stupid idea, relocating to a sinking ship from the city of 100 spires exceeded all of Tom's expectations and gave him the kick up the he was in such desperate need of. While I'm sure that many of us have at least toyed with the idea of leaving everything behind and moving to another country, perhaps this series could show that the idea is worth more than just toying with. Statistically, the chance that somewhere in this world is a place more suitable than the one we currently inhabit is most probably quite high indeed.
Thank you. Goodbye.
next time.
You're doing some video.
Yes.
Well, you shouldn't pay me a drink.
I shouldn't pay for my drink. I should buy you a drink. I don't understand the rules in this place. You walk into a Czech pub with a camera and they say,